the house, this old house
Yeah,
thing.
he had a show where he was a handyman and he was showing before and after. So it's a really good example. Somebody, all of us who started making content, making show ideas, doing before and after. So I really enjoyed his handyman show, what he had produced. But I know when you're in construction and trying to run your own business and then still having to work for people, your time gets there's not enough hours in the day. Right? So I thought maybe if I met with him, I could see he's working on some construction project or scaffolding here in Flagstaff. So
All right, cool.
yeah, I haven't talked to him in like a year, so I thought, hey, I'd reach out to him just to see, you know, if he needed help with producing content or what his situation is this time this year, right? So
All right. But you got a few people on.
yeah, we've got a few people on. I'm just trying to get, I haven't used my laptop for this Zoom class in like 3 weeks. And of course, Facebook is blocking me from doing anything. But I've been trying to I've been live streaming daily on YouTube and mixing in shorts or reels on Facebook, trying to keep, both platforms happy.
Right. You hear Michelle's got COVID?
Um, doesn't really surprise me. She lives in a she lives in a house with her elderly parents. Doesn't really surprise me. Because that's why I was asking you how the weather is, because we've got um Darlene, who's normally been joining us on these classes, Jen's mom in Texas. They've invited me out to I think the event's in Long Island, but I was like, it's December and I don't want to go to Long Island in December, so I'm like, I want to be where it's warm and not where it's cold, so that's why I invited you to join the group. So maybe,
Right. I won't stay on the hour. I got someplace else to be.
oh, that's okay. That's okay. We're just going to the last couple of weeks we've been reviewing uh what to do, what not to do, or we've just been reviewing like basics right from YouTube's own website, just because obviously these are introductory classes to YouTube and getting started with YouTube and finding out what type of videos and content work in your niche. And okay, I think we're on Facebook now, so I just want to make sure this is
Yeah, it
recording.
says live stream.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Good morning, Jeff. How are you doing? I'm not sharing my screen right now, so I see everybody coming into the class. So I just thought we'd wait a couple minutes and see. I'm gonna go remind Darlene the class is on. I don't know if she's in here yet.
You said something, Jeff. You were on mute.
I think he's still on mute, so that's okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get off mute.
I don't mute
This kind of
anybody because
morning
I
it
was like,
is.
this is an open, class where if you have any specific questions, we can answer them the best of our ability, and we're just reviewing things as it goes. Because every single week I get people who reach out about their YouTube content, and I'm like, here's some resources from YouTube for you to check out and work on improving your content. And if you have a specific question for me and I can't answer it, then I go to my Julie and I both have separate YouTube partner managers where we can ask technical questions or ask them why something happened on your specific channel and work on getting you an answer. So,
What do you think about Google LM videos?
well, I know Google's promoting utilizing their tools. Let's just say that as an overview. Google's promoting you using their tools. So I haven't used it specifically because there's so many video tools out there on the market, and I know that we have already reviewed Syllabi and HeyGen, which are not Google products. However, recently I've been working on my shorts game because YouTube says, "Hey, make X amount of shorts and we'll send you swag." So I've been working on my shorts, and I know specifically in the app when you're making shorts, they've got an AI video generator in their shorts.
Okay.
So they're throwing these tools at us creators saying, "Hey, we want you to use this stuff." Some people love using AI. My daughter's 13. She rejects all AI, except she's using it for voice dictation and other things. But video AI video, she doesn't want to have anything to do with it. So it's interesting. Um, But there's a huge push for it right now. Obviously, the AI videos keep getting better and better. And when you see a human like me on the internet, you don't know if it's me, myself, or my HeyGen clone. Because, hey, I have a HeyGen clone that I've been using on training videos for customers, right? Because it's really easy for me to type out a script step by step, throw that into HeyGen, pump out a training video, send that to my customer. 95% of people don't even realize it's AI because they're not immersed in AI enough yet to understand the difference between real life videos and AI videos. So it's interesting. Have you played with it at all or?
Yeah, Google LM. I have a I have a notebook LM. Sorry, not Google LM.
I
It's a
knew what you
Google.
were talking about.
Yeah. Um, I have it like seated with like 50 of my things, and um, the explainer videos that come out of it are friggin' I can't speak this that well. like I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I wrote this. I know I wrote this, but this is it puts it together in different ways that I have never seen and heard, you know. Um and it's very effective. Like even for me, I'm like, oh, I want to do this course. So that's been one of my that's been one of the things I'm kind of thinking about playing with. I've been doing this live uh, thing, and so I took the scripts from the live events that I'm doing, and
Uh-huh.
I put them there to get explainer videos, and I'm thinking about posting those on YouTube.
Yeah, I would we're all creative individuals. We all have ideas we want to push out. AI, um, amazing tools to help us. I would say I'm not saying it's ever a replacement for humans, right? But of course, well, usually all the ideas are stemming from your own brain, and you're just using these tools to elaborate, eliminate the time needed for wardrobe changes, perfect lighting, perfect camera setups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so I don't know what video engine they're using. I'm assuming they're using their VO3 in the background. What I found, um, I haven't used it, so that's why I was asking you with what
Yeah.
your experience with it is. I just knew that when I was playing with any of the Google video tools, let's say April, May, I could not figure out the prompts. If you do any AI classes, you follow anybody, everybody talks about prompts. So when you see garbage output from AI, that's because your input wasn't good enough, or you used the generic input that worked for ChatGPT, and then trying to explain something to a video output tool, you're not going to get, the
Right.
video, usually the video tools, need a lot of specifics like frames and the camera and the depth of like there you need to know all like I've watched people do build prompts for the AI video generators, and I'm like I that's a huge learning curve for me because I typically, even with when I filmed my in studio shows at an actual podcast studio, um, I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna set up two DSLRs, record them into my camera, do lighting. Like I'm not a nerd when it comes to any of that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, I don't know the difference, but it looked reasonably okay on video, and as we're all students, we're all learning, and we're all going to learn at different rates, and there's going to be new and new more and more tools every single week, and the tools are going to get better. So it's funny
Yeah.
though, because as corporate examples, like when I was in Dubai a couple months ago and I went to talk to studio because they were looking for, I met somebody, they were looking for YouTube classes for their customers. And I'm like, hey, we're running this. This may be too basic for you, it might be too advanced for your students. But I wanted to see a real life studio in, the Middle East and what they were doing. And he's like, 95% of the stuff we do is AI because all the corporate customers want it now. So it's not just you and me, creators, small business owners at home using AI, like all the big corps, all the news stations, everybody's using it. And I think both last year and this year, like the Coca-Cola Christmas commercials are fully AI,
Wow.
right?
The
But if you spend time playing with AI and you're looking for AI mistakes or what we would call AI slop, where it's not real because there's something wrong with the prompt, there's something wrong with the output. And from a very basic trained guy who's been playing with AI, you can say, okay, not saying
he
any
has
of the
6 fingers.
I'm not saying any of the videos we've outputted onto the internet from Syllabi or HeyGen haven't had error message of errors. They've all had errors. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
I don't care too much. I just want content out there. And then if my customers give me feedback, it'll be like, yeah, that's my AI clone. You needed a quick training video, and I could sit in front of the computer trying to figure it out, but I can just pass it over to my AI clone, and if you don't like it, you'll give me some feedback and then I'll make you a real human video in the future, but it's going to take much, much longer to output. And
Yeah,
we just got to figure
it's
out, have you trained better from watching me talk or a perfect AI clone talk? And give you examples.
right.
A comment
Right?
because
The
I
Go
wanted to
ahead.
make. I brought this up yesterday when we were driving about a commercial that I had seen where it was very, very like the only reason I knew it was AI is because there was just something slightly off about the mouth and the teeth. And it was only because Mike had used one of those generating ones himself, and he said it's just weird about the mouth and it just doesn't look quite right, or their teeth are too perfect. And that was the only reason I knew it was AI. So it is getting really good. And if you're not looking, and if Mike wouldn't have pointed that out, I may not have caught that one was an AI ad because it was extremely convincing.
mhm.
It really just
Because
comes down to the perfect teeth. Any AI video avatar is going to have perfect teeth. If you don't have
mhm.
perfect teeth, then you're going to know that's not you. But if you have perfect teeth, the AI clone has perfect teeth, you're not even going to notice the difference.
Yeah, Notebook LM does slideshows, so it doesn't necessarily
Okay,
do
okay.
um generate generative like that. It just generates slideshows, which are um for my main website. I'm going to do a video intro like of me, and then I'm going to say something like "roll this beautiful bean footage" or something like that, just as a joke. That's you know to kind of throw it to it.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So it's kind of like Syllabi where it's just putting like static images that are
yeah,
similar to what your thoughts or your idea or your framing or whatever or what you want to that scene to look like, right? So um because when I've seen like I see it a ton on Facebook now. I just see like weird animals or weird monsters. Like I'm just kind of like scrolling. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go see what this creator and this like. Um, there's been more and more people popping up on my YouTube feed. I'm also seeing them on my Facebook. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing them on Facebook and I'm seeing them on YouTube, and it's like they say they're 100% AI clones. So I don't know if they're an actual AI clone of a person and all the output and all the content's AI. I'm trying to figure it out. I reached out to these people just to see. Um, they're monetized YouTube creators. So I'm like, hey, they're doing something on YouTube. They're way more advanced than I am. So I've reached out to them to see if I
Yeah.
could have a Zoom chat with them because I'm like, hey, are you actually a real person with an AI channel? Or is this completely some like 13-year-old who's made an complete, I have no idea. My mind's blown seeing some of this
Right.
content now on YouTube because I'm like, hey, I know that there's so many different AI video generators, and really, you just have to sit in front of like if you're a computer coder and you're making your well, what we've talked about in this class the first couple of weeks, the whole way through is make your show ideas, write your scripts. If you get advanced into writing scripts, and then you can start writing hooks, like and watch like any videos that do really well on social media. It's usually because they follow certain patterns and they're written a certain way, and people are looking at their analytics to say, hey, this hook works better than this hook. Um, when you get really advanced into it, you can have the computer like literally program all this stuff out and output videos for you like every hour of the day and utilize that, right? I'm more human than that. I don't have that level of. I use AI tools, but I don't have that level of automation yet. So and then things I like to use break, or I'm like, hey, I like this tool until there's a software update or something changes, and you're like,
Mhm.
okay, is it really worth me playing more with this tool or just learning other things? And then answering questions people have about their video content or their analytics or why certain videos do better than others. And I'm like, hey, because people rather see you in real life than watch a video from the stage, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah, it
how
was
long
really
have you been
funny.
how long have you been playing with that, Jeff?
With Notebook for about 4 months, 5 months.
Okay.
I've been seeding it, and they just gave explainer videos, so it's one of the newer things that they did.
Okay.
They had audio before, which is how my digital assets were created, and the audio is really cool because it's like a podcast with two people talking. So
Okay.
it's talking back and
Okay.
forth about your stuff. Um, so that's how I did for the devotional. That's how my digital assets are done, which
Okay.
was kind of cool. And then um, now
Because
I'm
you
looking at the explainer
because
videos,
you
and
because you released a book, right? Like a physical book.
yes,
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
It,
Okay. I saw
it
your
is.
postings about it. I haven't ordered it yet, but I think my wife wanted to talk to you about it, but then we drove through your area at like 1 a.m.
yeah,
on our way to
you know,
Chicago because we're like scheduling gets challenging sometimes when you're on the road. You're like, I really want to
mhm.
go visit this person, and then you got to figure out, how many hours it
Yeah,
is between
yeah.
locations.
I totally understand. You just drive past me, you get off the bridge that's like I can
It's like,
see, but it's okay.
yeah,
And
like what part of Detroit are you in? Oh, it's like not.
I
Well, we didn't do Detroit Bridge. We did the
I'm hearing the little violin.
I know, like I don't care. I mean, it
I
would have
don't.
been nice to see you, but I know what it's like to travel,
I'm
and
back. I'm in Arizona. We'll be back up at that area at some point. So there's
yeah,
so many people to meet, and
exactly.
I tell people, I'm like, and come meet me because it's going to be easier than me trying to arrange something with you. Sometimes just depends on the day and time. So,
Yeah.
I say,
Um,
Chris, good morning, Kristen. How are you doing? If you're available to talk, I know she's been working on stuff. So
it's actually funny because the generative AI makes me look like Bobby Jones.
this is why I kind of stopped because I really liked some of the stuff I was doing, and then I realized if I was putting my own photo in the prompt, it was rewriting my face or regenerating
Mhm.
my face. It makes me look so much older, and I'm like, damn it.
I telling you, I look like Bobby Jones, and it's hilarious. I one of the videos I've done is it had me on stage. It had my stage pick from movement maker,
Okay.
and it walks forward and like does something that I didn't do on stage at all, and it
Well,
walks forward to say something in its
yeah.
body. As soon as I open my mouth, I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, you'll see. I don't know. You've probably seen it. That's it. There's there's a ton of tools out there, right? I don't know what everybody's using, and some stuff
Mike,
just looks at. Go ahead.
do you have the picture of what AI just decided to sell you of me when it used my
Face.
picture
Okay.
and
Yeah, it was on Facebook, and I took a screenshot. I don't have it on the computer, but they are doing weird. I don't know. I have to go take a look at what
I
they
guess
were
this
selling.
points out another thing that anything you post on social media, they own it. And the companies that sell for these social medias can also have access to it. So they took essentially a picture that Mike had posted, which had me on it,
It was your
and they were
birth. It was
selling
your.
it
It
in
was your. It was your.
AI.
It was your birthday, and so it was years ago. It's not this year. It was years ago, and they
Oh, thank
literally.
you. Thank you to add on the age. Thanks.
Yeah,
Years
years
ago.
ago at your mom's place, exactly. Um, but no, it was weird because, as I said, I don't really. I go on Facebook, I post, I'll do reels, I'll do here's where we are. Usually people are messaging me on Facebook Messenger. So if you've messaged me on Facebook Messenger and it's been weeks since I got back to you, that's just how it goes. Just email me or text me because I don't really. Anyway, there's Facebook just post stuff. And I'm like, why is there a photo of my wife, picture from years ago, dressed up like, I was it like royalty or something, and it had like porcelain dolls in the background.
It
It's
has a
super.
creepy clown porcelain doll in the background. Okay. Like this is so I was like, well, thank you for them asking for my permission to try to sell my husband this AI software using a picture of me.
No,
I
I
wasn't
think I
asking.
think it's Meta AI. I've not used it, but it's just weird. Like I caught the corner of my eye because I'm like just like I'm like, hey, I've got messages. I'm just gonna scroll through here and read them all, and then I'm like, why is there this photo of you dressed up in like period clothes with porcelain dolls in the back? Like it's just super weird what they do. So
It would
again,
be,
yes,
you know
everything.
what?
You
That's
need to
great
find
marketing
him.
though. It took an old picture of yours. Like, imagine the programming for this. It took an old picture of yours, it changed it, and did something crazy for it, and served it back to you.
Exactly. That's exactly it, Jeff. That was exactly my thought process on it was they're selling us software using our own pictures, right?
Well,
That is smart.
I think the reason why they do that is because their algorithms are uh, anything that is close to you, like your friends and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So they find something way out here that somebody clicked on recently, they'll throw it in there.
Oh, I know because this is one of the reasons. Okay, I don't want to talk about hacking, but my businesses don't get hacked. So I see. So yes, they're suggesting what people have used, right? In Meta AI, people are like, "Hey, I can slap my photo on there and then add a filter, and it makes me look better," or blah 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 blah. So I know a lot of people are using it, and that's why they're suggesting it. It's the same as when you'll see people posting survey results or, "Hey, I played this game and I won points." One easiest way to get hacked, playing games on Facebook because there's all these games people make for Facebook, and all these games are literally asking you questions about yourself. It might be an astrological game or this is your ideal man game or whatever, but it's asking you so many personal questions about yourself and you're filling them out. This is how people get hacked. You're like literally giving an app, a third party app on Facebook, as much personal information as it's asking you for because they're gamifying it, right? I've had so many people call in to say, "Hey, I got hacked off of Facebook," and I'm like, "Hey, were you playing any of those games or filling out astrology questions?" Which would out obviously with astrology or anything about your career or whatever, it's going to be asking you a ton of personal questions and you're giving it answers. And it's like, hey, this is what your personality type is. This is the perfect job for you. Those apps are literally collecting all your personal data and they're hacking you and freezing you out of your account. So just my rant, because I've had so many people reach out saying they've been hacked, and I'm like, hey, I've seen you play these games and post a result. This is exactly why you're getting hacked. But anyway, so Facebook's
I,
recommending stuff to you that your friends are playing with. So, but it's getting
I get
super creepy now because AI is so super realistic and lifelike. It's a great tool for making video content to post on YouTube, to post on Facebook, to post on all the, what we say is make content. This class is to ask questions, remind ourselves to make content every day, and then post that content everywheres and grow your audience on multiple different channels and then see what the feedback is from your audience, right? Because that's how I grow my business. People don't know I exist until they post. And then I have people buy stuff from me at my garage sale because they're like, "Hey, I've been following you on Facebook for a while, and then I see you posted all this stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and then you got banned from Facebook Marketplace and Facebook for a couple days, and now I'm going to come to you and buy stuff from you." So, you know, that work creating an audience worked for me, posting stuff on Facebook Marketplace and selling our stuff. So, there's pros and cons with all of these tools, right?
Yeah, you know what's funny this week? This is not that, but I saw a video that when you print on a regular printer, they're doing
Yeah.
dots like that, and they can tell what printer that you actually went off of.
Oh, based on the consistency of the dots printed on the page.
Right, based on that now.
Well,
And getting all kinds of these programs saying, "Oh, we'll go Google and turn this thing off, turn this off, turn that
it
off."
would it I think there's really digital that would be like a digital fingerprint, right? I believe there's digital fingerprints and truly everything that we do because if you take a photo on a digital camera or a video on a digital camera, all your metadata is in that photo or video. This is why YouTube and other platforms can easily detect um, copyrights and if you've used footage from other places because literally your content, like any video you shoot with an iPhone, the imprint from that model of phone is in your metadata for your video and your photo. So Facebook, even if you don't tag where you are and you've uploaded video, your GPS coordinates are in that photo and video, right? So it's just in digital stuff, in printing, like, and I believe everything's got some type of digital, there's this thing called metadata is going to be in everything that's been created because it's like the software was created with Windows or Mac, this type of camera, uploaded from this IP address. David's referring to ink printed on paper. Well, there's only X amount of printer companies out there and X amount of print technologies, so that would not surprise me. The one thing I've always wondered about, like that type of stuff, is like a QR code, for example, because QR codes came out for a specific reason, and like mid 20, like between 2000 and 2010, I know they were like all the rage in 2010. Nobody really used them, or they were just not used with their intended purpose, and then they started being used during COVID with like, you go to a restaurant, you scan a QR code, you get a dynamic menu, but I'm like, what other information's in that QR code? Right? So it's just like everything that we use every single day leaves some type of footprint behind. I think that car tires, for example, I'm pretty sure, there's been movies about car tire, like skid marks from car tires that you can tell exactly what type of vehicle was driving on those. That skid mark shows on a road exactly what type of vehicle, what type of tire, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, just because there's so much information with everything that you leave in the universe, right? So, and this is why we make content, was to leave our fingerprint on the world and interact with our audience, right? So,
Is it
um,
good or bad? Turn some of these
well,
things off.
it just depends on your perspective, right? Because there's is it good or bad?
You know,
I don't know.
it can prove that you wasn't there or prove that you were there. Uh,
True.
Somebody's trying to scam you.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny. So, um, that's why I wanted to last week. Last week I was showing you um the whole point of this class is YouTube University, right? So it's like, okay, we want to inspire creators to keep making content because we all know that you've got life events going on, you get busy, you might have 4 jobs, like everybody is dealing with different stuff, and the only way to keep making content is to learn from each other and find resources to get us inspire us and at the same time get us unstuck. So last week, um, I showed you the YouTube creator YouTube channel, which has a lot of tutorials, and I was like kind of going through stuff, and I was like, okay, um, once you start making videos, you're going to be looking at your analytics, and you're going to be saying, hey, what makes this content different from the like every single week you're going to have different amount of views, likes, shares, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I know I've been watching mine because I was getting a little disappointed. The subscribers on my main channel were decreasing. So my the content I'm outputting is increasing, and my subscribers are decreasing. And it's like, okay, but I also wasn't playing with shorts or lives as much. And then I was like, okay, what I'll do is lit on all my shorts, I am just putting the tag subscribed. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna reinforce to my audience, whoever's watching my stuff, that I want them to subscribe because I don't think um it's something that easy it's something to really easily forget about when you're making content is you're like, hey, I got a message for the world, or here's my status update today, where we've made it to this location. But I'm like, I'm showing you what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing in my business. Here's my travels. I'm having a conversation, I'm bringing on special VIP guests. Here's what I'm doing. And then I was finding my subscribers going down. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I have forgotten to keep asking people to subscribe to my channel. I also have multiple channels, and I'm like, why am I forgetting to ask? Why am I forgetting to um re-ask for the subscribes? Because if there's new people coming in, if YouTube is working and they see me pumping out videos and the subscribers are going down, I must not be, I'm like, okay, I'm forgetting to ask people to subscribe. So I'm just working on that simple message. I don't want anything fancy. I'm going to do a short, 1 or 2 shorts per day. I'm going to do a live per day. And I'm really just going to start it with the subscribe. I'm just going to put the words on the video to subscribe. And guess what happens? Subscribers went back up because I reminded myself to ask people to subscribe, because there must be new people coming in watching the shorts, because I think I've been getting like 900 people per short, which is better than none. So I'm like, okay, perfect. This is why YouTube's got training for creator training for creators on their website, on their YouTube channel. And then because Julie and I are in they were supposed to be training this week for gaming, but they canceled it, and then they sent us a recording. I have not watched that recording. I also don't game on YouTube, but I'm like, hey, this is something that they're pushing. My daughter's probably interested in streaming. I think we've tried streaming to YouTube the gaming, but we're doing a really amateurish job at it. So, and since I don't have any experience with streaming gaming to YouTube, I'm like, hey, I have to learn how to do this in case I have anybody in the future who comes along the way and says, hey, I want to learn how to do this. And you guys run YouTube University. So how do I do this? And I should have a good answer for them. So, um, has anybody I looked at their YouTube analytics before? Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of
Did
fact,
you?
I just looked at it while I read that.
Okay. Okay. So when you're looking at when you're Jeff, when you're looking at your own stuff, like, have you looked at any of the training at YouTube before, or you're just looking at your analytics to say, hey, I got new subs. Here's how long my watch time is. Are you looking at any of those details, or?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at I have looked at some of the stuff from YouTube, but it's sporadic if at best.
Okay.
And I just got reminded that I need to tell people to subscribe. Um, oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to do that, and I should. Um,
Well,
but yeah, I just go ahead.
well, the number one question I get, like, I've had, I follow a lot of groups, right? So just a lot of groups where, and people refers, they're like, hey, Mike runs this YouTube university. Go and ask him why your views are down. And I'm like, well, I'll look at their stuff and I'm like, okay, things have gone down, things have gone up. I'm like, where are you promoting this? Right? Because you're putting video out there, but where are you actually putting it? Are you just uploading it to YouTube, expecting YouTube to send you thousands of views? Or are you repurposing it and say, hey, going on to, like, right now we're streaming this to Facebook, right? So we're like, hey, I'm streaming, it's on Facebook. We're asking, we're like, here's an example of what we're talking about in YouTube University. And then it's going to be tagged and said, hey, go watch the recording, go learn more on the YouTube. So it's like asking people to subscribe and then organically going to all your other networks and, and asking them, hey, subscribe, go support us, go do something, because if you're not consistently asking people to, it's that call to, it's realistically in simplistic terms, just that call to action. Go subscribe, go watch this, right? If have people, I've had a couple people recently asking me about, do you train people on crypto? And I'm like, well, I have trained people on crypto. Not everybody likes my crypto training because I'm going to tell them that they, fell for a scam, and they should really go watch season 1, episode 10 of my podcast and talk to, really go understand crypto before they start playing with, something on Telegram or WhatsApp that they got invited to, because I'm just assuming not everybody's a scammer out there, but there's so much misinformation out there. So it's like, oh wait, remember, go to my YouTube and subscribe. And then if you want something specific, if there's specific content you want me to um review, I'm gonna go make you something, or I'm gonna go find you something to review just to, educate you further on that particular concept. So it's good though. If you're looking at analytics, even if you're not happy with them, you're like, okay, I made the content, I put it up there. Um, do you typically get comments on any of your videos, or?
Very rarely do I get comments. I had 2 shorts this week that didn't get any views. I'm like, how the fuck did it not get I'm sorry, language.
That's okay. That's okay.
Did it not get any? Like, I
Jeff, I
understand
feel
not getting a
ya.
lot
I
of
get it.
views.
I get it. I feel yeah. It happens. It does happen. What I would recommend is re-put it out another time. So it was a short, right? So
Yeah.
what I would do is try a different time putting the short out and just see, because I have had ones where I'm like, why has nobody watched this? Then I'll go and repost it like a week later on like a Saturday or something, and then it
Mhm.
gets a whole bunch of postings and likes. So sometimes it's just the timing, and that is my own personal experience. So I know what it's like. I do know what that feels. It does. It sucks. It does. You're like, I'm just putting it out and not even one
Like,
person saw it.
but I'm doing so. These are daily mantras. So my shorts are from the book, and they're each daily mantras. So it's like this whole day, not one person. I mean, I can understand maybe not somebody for me, but it didn't even go into someone's feed to get a 3-second hit. Like, it was just one of those like, oh, that's odd, you know. And I'm pretty consistent right now, so it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay, like I said, could be timing and that one day is pulling, just going on a side note, pulling different astrological charts and stuff like that. And I've actually been playing around with times and stuff. Sometimes it'll be like, this is a great time, but no one's going to be on to see it. And for whatever reason, in the consciousness that can happen, but vice versa, we can be where you just have more difficulty getting your things seen for whatever reason because the analytics have changed or what they're pushing has changed. Because I know YouTube's always changing stuff, and that's my own experience as well, where sometimes they're pushing, or maybe there wasn't a tag, or maybe sometimes you have to go through the back end and see if there was something different that maybe you hit that versus other times. Because I've noticed that on some of them randomly, like no comments or whatever can be put on in the back end. You're like, why would that happen? And it's almost like it gives another level of like censorship, or like children could see it kind of thing, right? Any other suggestions, Mike?
Do a live and say, yo, why are you not watching my shorts? Because we know that a if your audience isn't big yet, we're gonna get there through perseverance and regularly posting. Um, if we don't like, you need X amount of um audience and watch time for like for YouTube to show you when your audience is watching, right? So, um, this is why I've been doing daily lives because sometimes I'll go like usually yesterday I didn't do a half hour live. We were at the Grand Canyon. I'm like, I'm just gonna mess around. I'm gonna go live for a minute and a half, and then I'll check it in a month to see if anybody watched it, and then I can just unlist it. But I was just like, well, I can always go re-download it to put it. Obviously when you do a live from your phone on YouTube, it's not being saved to your phone. But I'm like, hey, I just want to add this into the algorithm just to see, because typically I'll do half hour to an hour live while I'm driving, and we'll get a couple hundred people on there. And then I'm like, which obviously going live is triggering YouTube to remind your audience that you're alive and you're live and to come watch your content because how many hours, like, if we don't know what your audience looks like yet, because we don't have a large audience, we don't know what time of day they're consuming video content, we don't know what time of day they're doom scrolling on YouTube. They need a reason to actually go to YouTube, right? So they might be over on TikTok or Instagram or whatever and forget about Jeff for a couple of weeks, because it's what happens. Unless you're unless you're watching your stuff all the time. I know people watch my stuff on YouTube, and I know my largest audience is on Facebook. So I know people still watch stuff because every single day I get on the thumbs down on Facebook for something I posted. I'm like, hey, my trolls are active on Facebook. And when I know my trolls are active, like every time I do a live, I get comments and people telling me I'm wrong about my tech, my I obviously are my content on my Don't Get Hacked channel is different. So I've got videos about me ranting about technology stuff. And then there's this digital nomad content. And hey, we've been driving. I was able to get my YouTube camera working once we got through Utah. So we've been live streaming. And I know people are watching the live stream because it tells me people are watching it. And then I got to go respond to the comments, right? So, I got people watching because there's comments. And there never seems to be the greatest comments on YouTube. It always seems to be trolls or negative stuff. But I'm like, hey, perfect. Somebody's watching. So I'm just going to go respond to everything. And now that I know people are watching, I'm going to go make sure I'm doing shorts. And my shorts are getting like 900 to 1,000 views, which is more than my shorts usually got before. But I'm like, hey, I'm more active. So I think, oh, yeah. Oh, my computer just went off.